If you're watching this right now, maybe this story was meant for you. Because somewhere in the world, someone is wasting the same precious time you're wasting today. Someone is losing opportunities, delaying dreams, and postponing the life they truly deserve. And perhaps, that someone might be you. But by the end of this story, you'll see time differently. And if it inspires you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because your transformation begins now. Armand was 23, talented, gifted, and full of dreams. At least, that's what everyone believed. But inside, he was drowning. Not because he lacked ambition, but because he lived with the illusion that time would wait for him. He kept saying, "One day, I'll do it. One day he'd start a business. One day he'd work on his fitness. One day he'd fix his broken relationships. One day he'd prove to the world what he was capable of." But that one day never came. And slowly, quietly, life began slipping through his fingers. Every morning, Armand would wake up with a plan. But by afternoon, distractions swallowed him, scrolling endlessly, watching others succeed while he sat motionless. His mother would gently say, "Beta, dreams don't die, people just stop walking toward them." But Armand didn't listen. He thought he had years. He thought youth was a guarantee, not a gift. One Saturday morning, something happened that shook his world. His childhood friend, Zion, came to visit after years abroad. Zion had always been the average one, average in studies, average in sports, average in everything. But when he walked into Armand's house, he wasn't average anymore. He carried confidence, purpose, and a spark in his eyes Armand had never seen before. They talked for hours, catching up on old memories, laughing, teasing each other. But eventually, the conversation reached a place Armand wasn't ready for. "So bro," Zion asked, "what have you been doing these days?" Armand froze. His mind raced to find a meaningful answer, but he had none. Thinking about starting something, maybe a business, maybe content creation, just figuring things out. Zion smiled, not with mockery, but with concern. "Armand, you've been figuring things out since college. Time doesn't wait, my friend. If you don't chase your dreams, someone else will live a life you should have lived." Those words pierced him, but Armand shrugged it off with a joke. "Relax bro, I'm still young. There's plenty of time." Zion looked straight into his eyes and said something Armand never forgot. "No, Armand. Youth is a limited time offer. And most people realize that only when it expires." That night, Armand couldn't sleep. He stared at the ceiling, replaying the conversation again and again. The truth was painful. He had talent, intelligence, creativity, but none of it mattered because he lacked discipline. He lacked action. He lacked respect for time. A week passed. Then a month. Armand tried to change. He made schedules, wrote goals, even downloaded productivity apps. But old habits kept pulling him back. Procrastination wrapped around him like chains. And every day he whispered the same excuse, "I'll start tomorrow." But tomorrow never came, until life decided to teach him the lesson in the harshest way. One evening, Armand's father returned home exhausted. He had always been a hard-working man, the kind who never took a day off. But that day he collapsed on the chair, sweating, trembling. Armand rushed to him and held his hands. They were cold, too cold. At the hospital, the doctor said his father had suffered a minor heart attack. He survived, but barely. When Armand sat beside his father, watching him sleep helplessly, tubes attached to his arms, machines beeping beside him, something broke inside. His father had spent his entire life supporting the family. He had sacrificed his own dreams so Armand could chase his. But what had Armand done? Wasted time. Wasted potential. Wasted every opportunity his father worked so hard to give. Tears streamed down his face as he whispered, "I promise, Dad. I won't waste another moment. I'll make you proud." And from that day, Armand changed, not instantly. Not perfectly. But consistently. Every day, he did something, even if small. He woke up early. Started exercising. Picked up old books. Watched less, learned more. For the first time in years, he fought his distractions instead of surrendering to them. He applied for internships, volunteered, learned new skills, and slowly rebuilt his confidence. But the biggest transformation came when he started working on a project he'd dreamed of for years, a digital business combining motivational storytelling, design, and social impact. It wasn't easy. He faced rejection, confusion, and moments where giving up felt easier than moving forward. But every time he felt weak, he remembered his father's tired face, and that one truth: time never gives back what you waste. Months passed, and Armand's efforts began to show results. His business grew, slowly but surely. Clients appreciated his passion. His content touched people. And most importantly, he felt alive, maybe for the first time ever. One day, sitting beside his recovering father, he showed him his first big achievement, a contract that could completely change their financial situation. His father looked at him, eyes filled with pride. "See, Armand, this is what happens when you respect time. It gives you back more than you ever imagined." Armand smiled, holding his father's hand tightly. "I wasted years, Dad, but I won't waste another second." His father shook his head gently. "No, son, those years taught you something no book could teach. They taught you the value of time." Armand finally understood. Time wasn't an enemy or a burden. It was his biggest opportunity. Every second was a chance to start over. Every morning was a gift. Every moment was a doorway to a new life, and from that day forward, he lived with a fire inside him, a fire fueled by purpose, gratitude, and the understanding that life moves fast, and waits for no one. So if you're still listening to this story, remember, your future is not built tomorrow. It is built today. Right now. In this very moment. Don't waste time waiting for the perfect day, the perfect mood, the perfect plan. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Start now, because one day, you'll look back and either feel proud of how you used your time, or broken by how you lost it. Armand chose pride. What will you choose? If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this message with someone who needs it. Because time is the most precious thing we have. And the moment you value it, everything in your life begins to change.